Let's do a Dark Alice build. Okay, so let's start with by reading Dark Alice. See what it does. We move the cards a little up. Got all the resonators and the non-resonators in their own piles. Okay, so what does Dark Alice do? So for judgment, you pay 0. So you can just put do judgment, that is, flip it to the J ruler side by doing whatever this clause says. You have removed 3 or more cards from the game with this card's ability. So for 1 darkness, remove target card in your opponent's graveyard from the game. So that's a major limitation. That is, you need to figure ways to either put things in your opponent's graveyard. Well, you have to do that, or they do it themselves. Now, normally, and this is from Magic, of course, you would mill them. You would try to get some of their cards in the graveyard. But from all the cards that I've looked at in here in this very limited selection, I really can't do that. So this judgment is only going to happen after I kill things off. Okay, after my opponent is trying to do something and I kill things off. And then when you flip it over, choose a number. Destroy all resonators with total cost equal to the chosen number. Yeah, so you basically say, okay, I want to take out all 3 drops. Boom. And then the God's Art, which you can only do for one game, for one time a game. It's like the GX ability in Pokemon Sun and Moon for 2 darkness. J resonators your opponent controls gain -200, -200. Search your deck for a Schrodinger, the Fallen Black Cat, and put it into the field. Then shuffle your main deck. Now, we don't have a single Schrodinger in this limited selection, so but once we get going with like really building a Dark Alice deck, there's going to be a playset of Schrodingers in there somewhere. Alright, so that's the ruler. Of course, when we start doing selections, our 0 drops are in the Levitines, and again, this is a red, black, blue deck. Red, black, yeah, I got the right colors, yeah, or attributes as you will. And so all this thing is going to do for me is when I banish it, my ruler gains imperishables. So it's going to save me 2 times during the game from somebody taking out my ruler. Okay, and putting it back from a J ruler where it can attack to just a will generator, which is all a ruler is in the front of the card. Okay, so that's really it. Because of course Levitine normally goes with Melgus. And this is not a Melgus deck. Okay, so those are in. So I already have 2 selections. And when I look at the resonators, I'm very light on the 4 drops, and I don't have a single 5 drop, which is kind of weird about this selection. Again, these sets were not designed for draft, so even when you have a large number of cards, you wind up where I am. So we'll be playing with that later because we're going to crack more packs. And we're going to bring in a larger selection. I have all these other cards. So right now we're just having fun with the fact that this is a limited build from a specific number of packs that were cracked. One thing that I noticed, there was something that liked shadow resonators, and that was, I believe, the stone that goes with girl. Yeah. So whenever a shadow resonator enters your field, target resonator gains -100, 0 till end of turn. So you can slow down your opponent when you drop your shadow resonator. So I picked as many shadow resonators as I could in here. And I should talk about the 12 stones that I have for the deck. So I've got only 1 Ruler's Memoria, but I like to have 4. I've got 4 of the red-blue dual. Okay. And I've got 4 of the blue-black dual, but I only have 1 of the red-black one. Normally I think it would be 3, 3, 3, and maybe like 3 Ruler's Memoria. I'm not sure how useful this is. I would have to really go for shadow resonators, which I'm not really doing in this limited selection. So anyways, we're going to pick these 2 guys because they're the only 4 drops that I have. I have a very low curve in this deck, which is not good. So one's a shadow, the other one's a human. When this card enters your field, return target resonator to its owner's hand. That's good. And as always, we're going to go for flyers when we can find them. So shadows go in. Shadows go in. So this guy's a shadow. It's got a stealth ability and the chance standby area for shadows, but I'm never going to fulfill that in this deck. Yeah. And the chance standby area is, I believe, a lot like Foretell in Kaldheim in Magic. So you pay 2, you put it face down, and your chance standby, and then you can cast it later, either when its condition is met, and then you gotta. I think you have to pay the casting cost. I was looking it up before this. I think that's all. That's all there is to it, but I could be wrong. So I'm gonna pick this guy. I'm gonna pick this flyer. When it deals damage to your opponent, they discard a card. I like that a lot. Discarding a card means that it can feed Dark Alice. You're in, dude. These two guys are flying. I mean, of course, they're copies of each other, and you can ping with it for 2. Deal 600. Yeah, I like it. It's in. Then the spirit has swiftness, which is haste. Yeah, and it's very aggro, so it's a 3/9/4. I'll take it. And then these two dudes are pretty heavy. They've got a fat butt. Now I'm not doing a 4 Sacred Beasts in here. Return target resonator to its owner's hand if its total cost is less than or equal to the number. So of course I'm going to have another one on this is never going to happen. It's effectively a vanilla card, vanilla 3/5/7, but I'm really lacking in the heavies. So I got to pick pretty much everything that I have 3 or greater, unless it really hurts my deck. Yeah. When it blocks prevented damage, that's, I don't know, it's not particularly great, but we'll take it. So right now we have 4, 8, 9. We've got 9, and I'm going to go straight 24/12 like I usually do in Magic. Then let's see, because I'm on 3 drops, something that's colorless and flies is fantastic. It's nothing to write home about, but I'll take it. Okay, but then when I get to the 2 drops, I gotta be careful because I've got a lot of 2 drops. So really, I've got to do a budget for my 2 drops and my 1 drops. Okay, so I said I have 4, 8, 10. So I have 14. And I'm gonna say it would not be 7, 7. 14 1 drops and 2 drops. I would probably do 8 and 6, 8 and 6. So 8 2 drops and 6 1 drops. So we're gonna pick 8 in here, and I've got 4, 8, 12. So 4 are not gonna make it. This one definitely is. It's got an incarnation where once when you banish any combination of resonators, so you've got some cards on that are on the field. You got 2 of them. Okay, it's any combination of 2. So pick 2 of them in the right colors, and then you get these abilities. And of course, you're not in white and you're not in green, so you can have deal damage. You can draw a card, and you can cost your opponent to lose life. Yeah, it's in. So I said 6, 8. So that's one of them. This card. Destroy target resonator. That's pretty good. And it helps all your shadow resonators and is itself a shadow. Yeah, sure. And the demons with flying, I really need them. I need flying. So I would say they're all in. The 2 shadows, I think, need to be in because they're shadows. And these guys fly. That's great. This guy has swiftness, but he's not strong enough, so I'm not going to pick him. I've got this right here. It's got a stealth where when your J resonator is attacked, this triggers, and when it enters the field, you deal 1,000 damage. I like that. I mean, the name is very appropriate. It's a mine. And these 2 are great. Discard a card, return another target resonator to its owner's hand. Okay. Draw a card if your opponent has more cards in your hands than you do. That's good. And this guy is pretty good. Attacks. Some more. This card deals 700 damage. Yeah, this guy's great. Yeah, these are good. So actually, you know, look at that. I said I would pick 8. Pick too many. 4, 8, 4. I gotta get rid of 4. Okay. So I'm gonna get rid of this one. 1. Meat Dragon is okay. Deals damage. I think I'm gonna get rid of one of the progenitors. And I'm gonna get rid of one of these. No, I need my shadows. I think the landmine needs to go as cute as it is, and this guy needs to go as cute as he is. He's not a shadow. I think I've got enough flyers, so that's 4 and 8. Yeah, okay, that's it. And then I'm gonna pick 6 1-drops. Okay, so these cards did not make it. 6 1-drops. Wow, I've got a great selection. Can I just go for shadow and flying and call it a day? Shadow and flying. And of course these 2 are in. And this one's in. So and these 3 are in. Oh, never mind. That takes care of everything. Look at that. I just did it like in seconds. I needed 6. And guess what? I've got my 2 Guinevere's. I've got my 3 Heras. I'll be fighting against, I mean, in this cube I would do like dual decks where the opponent deck would have Regalia. So I put 3. And then I put a rock egg, and that's it. That's my main deck. Now, I don't have enough in here to do a really good side deck, so I'm not even going to bother. Oh, and but wait. Okay, so these are non-resonators. Okay, so there's your deck. There's your deck. Yeah. For the resonators. And I'm not gonna polish the turd. This is good. This is good enough for a discussion. It's a very weak deck at the top end. And now let's pick 12 non-resonators. These 2 are in. This guy is great. You may put a resonator from your hand into the field. It's much better if you had like heavy drops. You're paying 5 to drop something that's less than 5. Actually, in this particular selection, I wouldn't put them in, which is sad. Put into your graveyard from anywhere, remove it from the game. This whole remnant, I'm not going to play the remnant game. Flame King's Chow, 400 damage to each resonator your opponent controls. That's good. Put target resonator your opponent controls on the bottom of its owner's main deck. But then again, I'm going to pass on that. Then these 2, Regalia, say, they give me a lot of mana abilities, or what we call will. Banish it, give imperishable to your ruler. Yeah, I like that. So I would pick it. Yeah, I would pick it. And then in here, for the 2 drops, deals that much. For normal spell you control will deal damage. It deals that much damage plus 200 instead. Put into a graveyard and reveal this card deals 100 damage to each player. Each player, I don't like that. Opponent controls deals damage equal to their attack to each other. It's pretty good. Deals 500 damage to each resonator without flying. It's a board wipe. I like that. This one, your opponent banishes a resonator. That's good. Yeah. And Dark Atlas is your ruler, so I'm going to pick those 2. And I'm going to say, I'm going to pass on this one. Deals that much, yeah. But I'm going to take, deals 700 to target J Resonator. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to take 2 of these with me. And then that puts me at, how close am I to 12? 4, 8, 10. Can I pick 2 1-drops and call it a day? I'm not sure. I've got a great selection. Well, that I'm picking. And then that I'm picking. So then the question is, what is in here that I really want? 200 damage is too small. Attack different from a defense. That's pretty good. Returns, I'm going to pass on that. During the game, I'm going to pass on these tricks that are good. Banish, discard, draw a card. Added resonator cannot attack resonators. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Gains, you pay 2. It slows your opponent down. That's fine. Destroy target resonator with 400 or less attack. That's good. But I already have my 12. I think I'm gonna call it a day. Even though this would have been nice. The other things that I have in the deck are already pretty good. Can I count to 12? 4, 8, 12. And I was able to finish the build in a single video. So there you have it. That is Dark Alice quick build.